Hello, it's Nova. I want to show you guys my witchy decks. This is the second installment of the series that I'm making for fall. There are 4 videos in the series. The first one was cozy fall decks. The second one is this one, the witchy decks. The third one will be spooky decks. And the fourth one will be dark decks. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with Seasons of the Witch Oracle by Rockpool Publishing. You guys have most probably seen these decks. I am not going to spend a lot of time on them in this video because I have 23 decks with these 7. There will be 23. And these are very popular. You can see them everywhere. There are many walkthroughs and flip-throughs on them on YouTube. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction. This is a series that is created by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz and illustrated by Tiana Lukovic. The illustrator for the first 3 decks was Giada Rose. She also did an incredible job. So the series started 3 years ago. There are 8 decks based on 8 Sabbats. 7 of them are out right now, and the 8th one, which is the Ostara Oracle, will be released in November 2024. And when that one is released, our wait is finally over, and many of tarot and oracle people will have all 8. And I'm quite sure there will be a lot of creative videos and posts made about how to use these decks. I have also something on my mind that I will introduce when the 8th one is out. Anyways, let me show you the decks one by one. This one is Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. So this is about Litha, which is the beginning of summer. So the way these decks are created is that they have the same design but different colors. Like Litha had the purple backs with purple gilding and butterflies on the backs, and the cards are all about Litha energy. The messages, the guidebook is incredible. I am obsessed not only because of the gorgeous illustrations on these decks, but also the guidebook. The guidebooks, all of them are incredible. I use them as altar cards. So this one, I use the entire summer, the entire Litha time, I mean. And then Lamas was released recently. So if you look at the boxes, this is the beginning of summer, this is the end of summer. And let me show you the gilding on this one. So this one you have this beautiful green, like a grass green with sunflower on the backs, and the gildings is also the same gorgeous golden green. So this was Lamas. This was the last one that was published, and I also use this one every day. I pull the card every day, and then I did a tarot reading around the card, and I left it on my altar until next day when I wanted to shuffle the deck again and pull another card. So after this, we're gonna enter Mabon. So Mabon is the beginning of autumn. Look at the backs. The inside of the boxes are also the same color. The back of the guidebook, the back of the cards, and the gilding. And this is the cozy witch, and I showed this deck in my cozy decks, fall cozy decks. I will link that video in the description. So this one is the Mabon. After Mabon, we will enter Samhain. This one is going to be featured in my spooky fall decks. Gorgeous guidebook. I love the guidebook for Samhain. I love the guidebook for all of them. Look at the backs. Very dark, very witchy and spooky. Love it. I think this one is one of my favorites. People always argue about their favorites. It is really hard to choose a favorite out of these, but I think this is my favorite. And after this one, I think Mabon was my favorite. So after Samhain, we will enter Yule, Christmas time, and it's all about Yule. You see a lot of snow here. This one is very nostalgic for me. It takes me back to my childhood. Where I come from, snows every winter. Big time, like you have beautiful snowy days around maybe 2 months a year. And after that, we have Imbolc. The Imbolc one was also really beautiful. I mean, every single one of them is really gorgeous. Look at this. So here you have Imbolc energy depicted in the most gorgeous and meaningful way. This one came out last year, right before Imbolc. And everybody ran and bought one copy. After Imbolc, we're gonna have Ostara, which is the last one and is not released yet, for beginning of spring. And after Ostara will be Beltane, which is May Day. And look at this one with bees on the back, this gorgeous color. And here you have Mabon energy. So the series, as you see, is witchcraft in its seasonal and basically Celtic tradition, which is actually a tradition that is held all over the world, all around the world. And as you know, we have different witch concepts. Therefore, we have different witchy decks. Like these two that I'm going to show you are moon related. So this one is Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle by Terry Foss, published by US Games. And this one is The Witching Hour Oracle by Sherry Gerard, also published by US Games. And let me show you this one. Terry Foss is a very well respected and famous artist. And this deck was first indie. The indie version has cream backs. I have done the edging myself in this gorgeous silver gilding. And so this is all about moon witchery. Witchcraft that is related to moon and moon energy and moon cycles. It's gorgeous. This deck, it shuffles so well because it is linen. It's not linen cardstock, but it has a texture. It shuffles really well, like exceptionally well. And there are many cards in this deck. A lot more than your standard 44 card. I don't know how many. It doesn't say on the box. They should start mentioning on the boxes. Anyways, the guidebook is also really good. Another moon energy witchy deck. This one was published a few years ago, like 4 years ago, I think. It has a really good guidebook, although it's short and sweet, but the guidebook is really good. Like it explains all these moon phases. It's about moon phases. The cards are cool. A lot of purples and greens and blues. You get a card title and a keyword, like here, the wolf moon, beginning. So you can use this deck in so many various ways. Look how cool this is. The barley moon, friendship. It teaches you about the energies of each phase of the moon and each moon type. And the guidebook explains it very well. You have a lot of crone energy in this deck, which is always appreciated. I've edged it myself. I have this deck for many years. I really like it. Okay, so that was moon. Then we have Witch Folk Tarot. I think this is the only indie deck. No, I have 2 more indie decks. Out of the 23 decks that I'm showing you today, only 3 of them are indie. This is one of them. This one is indie, but it's quite cheap. Ray art. In the front, it says Dark Cinnabar. I wanted to edge this deck. You see these mustard yellow edgings because of these mustard yellow dots in the front. This one is in order. The Fool, Magician, High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. I love folk witch. In general, I like folk witch energy. And this deck has depicted it in such a cool way. I like the art style on this deck. I like the color palette. It suits my nail polish. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. It's more toward the minimalistic side of things, which I appreciate. I can get really rich meanings when the cards are minimalistic. So I'm not going to show you all the cards in this video because I have too many decks. I have done readings with this deck. It works really well. And I kept it. When I bought it a few months ago, I did a few readings with it. Then I kept it for this time of the year because I want to work with it during autumn. Okay, then we have this one, which is the Literary Witches Oracle. So this is an oracle deck, 70 cards, written by Taisha Kitayskaya, illustrated by Katie Horan. And this deck was published by Clarkson Potter. Very sturdy box. When this came out, I was so surprised because everything is really high quality. Like the guidebook is in color and the cards are linen. A very special type of linen, like not your regular linen. And it has 2 sets of cards. These cards are the tools and concepts that are used by witches. And these cards, I have trimmed them, by the way. They were the same as these, with a white border around them. So these were the same size as these cards. And these cards had these white borders all around. So I removed the white borders off of this one, and I have cut this one shorter because I just wanted to have them in this size because you had a lot of empty space. And I wanted to have them separate. Like, I didn't want them to mix. Anyways, here you have female authors and poets. Here you have Shirley Jackson. So this is Shirley Jackson, and then you get a keyword, which is family here. So the keyword is related as a concept to Shirley Jackson's life and writings. And here you have Angela Carter, and the keyword is identity. And as you see, these images are very witchy. Forough Farrokhzad, which was an Iranian poet, and the keyword is rebellion. She was a rebel, big time. And I really like the depictions. When I removed the white borders, the deck became a lot darker. And I'm very happy with that. A lot darker. And these are the tools. I have written the keywords of the tools from the guidebook on the cards. It's so much fun. Working with this deck is a lot of fun. This is another deck that teaches you about concepts, witchery concepts. And I find this deck as one of the most informative. I mean, this guidebook is one of the best in its genre. It really teaches you about witchery. I have edged the cards. So here you have the green man. Growth is the keyword. The silver bow, and the keyword is love. Holy water, keyword is purification. Candle, the keyword is illumination. Owl, keyword is wisdom keeper. And so on and so forth. I love the images. I really like the cardstock. And yeah, as I'm telling you, this one is really good. Like, if out of all the decks that are here, if I wanted to recommend one that is really going to teach you stuff about witchcraft and all the concepts around witchery, it would be this one. As I'm saying, the guidebook is incredible. So that's that. Let me show you this one as well. Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, art by Elizabeth Alba, and this one was published by Llewellyn. This is a very famous tarot deck, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. If you have never seen it before, I would suggest you watch some videos about it, walkthroughs, and deep dives. This is an awesome guidebook. As you probably have heard about Deborah Blake. And this is the tarot deck, which was released a few years ago and was very popular. I have done this edging myself. And here are the cards. So this deck basically teaches you how to be a witch on a daily basis while doing your everyday things. And the depictions are really cool. There is a cat in every single card. It's colorful, it's cozy, it reads so well. This is a forever deck. I think this will be forever appreciated. And then we have kitchen witch, herbal witch, medicinal witch. So that's another category. And I'm going to show you 4 decks in that category. The first one is Green Witch Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy, published by Rockwood a few years ago. Awesome guidebook. I love the look of this guidebook. It's so vintage, kitcheny. I really like the way these cards look. I've done the edging myself. These are the backs. So you have a lot of symbols on the cards. You have a plant, and here you have a keyword, the name of the plant. There are plants and there are vegetables and fruits, by the way. So here you have lime with the Latin name of it, and the keyword is luck. And you have a lot of symbols. It's such a cool deck. You have recipes in the guidebook for how to cook or make salads and soups and how to consume these plants and vegetables and fruits to be able to use their magical properties to benefit from their magic. It's a lovely deck. Next is Enchanted Spell Oracle, Medieval Hedge Witch Magic by Priestess Moon, published by Rockpool. I love the look of this one, but not only the look. The guidebook is so good. It's like you're taking a course in kitchen witchery. Let me show you the cards. So these are the backs. So here you have medieval paintings with keywords and a lot of symbolism. Here you have, for example, clarity is the keyword of this card. And here it says chamomile, echinacea. We call it echinacea in Dutch. I'm not sure what you call it in English. Ginger, rosemary, thyme, and St. John's wort. And here you have intuition, January 21st, Rowan, intuition, February 17th. So this one is from January 21st to February 17th. It explains it in the guidebook. It's actually really well thought of, and it has quite a system. But you can just draw one card. They are gorgeous for using as altar cards or combining with other decks. Use them within a tarot reading. I love to combine them with my Marseille decks or other medieval art decks. I have quite a few medieval decks. I love medieval art. The next one is the Herb Crafters Tarot, artwork by Joanna Powell Colbert, written by Letitia Guthrie, published by US Games. This one is again extremely popular. The guidebook is amazing. You get one page per card. It gives you a message, gives you divinatory message. It explains about the plant and also what's happening in the image of each card. Oh, I love this deck. Look at this. Horsetail, 10 of Earth. So the guidebook is really valuable. Like in my opinion, you have to use the guidebook for this deck. The world is Pachamama. 7 of Earth is Oak. So it explains in detail what's happening in the card. And when you read the guidebook, then you really get it. So this is proper witchery for medicine and herbal witchery and kitchen witch. Love this deck. Everybody loves this deck. Incredible. I'm so happy with this one. Okay, the last one from this category, although this one is not really herbal or kitchen, but it is anatomy, and I see anatomy and medicine in this form. Very witchy. Maybe this is my experience and my opinion. But I experienced this deck as witchy. So this deck was created by Claire Goodchild a few years ago. It is mass market. It's an anatomy deck. It was published by Llewellyn, right? No, it was published by Abrams Notary. So yeah, I love reading with this deck, and I love pairing it with so many other styles of decks. This is just a very fall deck. It has fall energy. To me, this is witchy as well. But even if it's not witchy, I would still recommend this deck for fall. Look at these bags. It's just very vintage. I love the vintage look and feel. Okay, so now we move on to another category that is magic. And I have 5 decks to show you for this category, and then we finish this video. For magic, I have this one, the Witches Familiars Oracle, which has a few decks. Like this is one of them. There are a few different decks. This is like a series, the Witches Familiars, but I have only this one. And I have the French version, which has silver gilding instead of gold gilding. So my deck is in French. So here you have the name of the animal, which is hare here, and the keyword is transformation. Lizard, survive. Wolf, communication. And this is a tarantula. And most of the keywords are similar to the English word, so it's not difficult. I really like the vibe of this deck. It's really cool. So you have animals and you have these magical creatures and fairies. Like this one is gnome, guardian, goblin, malice. Yeah, it's really cool. I love the color. It's just so good, so authentic. I actually wanted to study the guidebook. I don't know why I got the French version. I probably will get the English version of this one. So this was the first one. The other one is Oracle of the Witch, Reclaim Your Birthright by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Micheljohn Free, illustrated by Mira Nordianti. And I really apologize if I pronounced your names incorrectly. This one was published by Rockpool exactly 2 years ago, and I received this one from Rockpool as a gift, which I am very grateful for because I love it. I love this deck. Look at this guidebook. Again, one of those decks that teaches you a lot about witchcraft and its concepts, like this one, crystals, amplification. I stare at you intensely so you feel my energy. Wishing to assist you, call me and I will come. Then you get a witchy guidance and light side revealed, shadow side revealed, incantation to crystals, witchery. So in Witchery it explains crystals are packed with healing energy and can be personally attuned with intention. Many different types and shapes of crystals have been fashioned to help witches in their magical work, such as tumbled, clusters, spheres, wands, pyramids, slices, and points. Really interesting. I love the red and black look of this deck. It is in order because I recently received it. I have not worked with it yet. I am so excited about this deck. It's gorgeous. The color palette is actually unique. Black, cream, gray, and red. A lot of red. I like the borders. I really like this deck. Look at this. Coven. Dedication is the keyword. So you have a title for each card, a number, a title, and a keyword. Here you have charms as the title, and the keyword is enchantment. Witch hunts, and the keyword is persecution. Wow. Witches of the craft, keyword is proficiency. Very excited about this one. Look at the inside of the box. Okay, now I have 3 more to show you. This one is elemental, so it's witchery in its elemental concept. This is called the Elemental Tarot. Use the symbology of fire, earth, air, and water to help understand your life, by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. This was published by Publishing. This is a mass market deck. Look at this guidebook. And let me show you the cards quickly. The sun, and you have an Ankh inside the sun. And here it says awareness. Come forward to me and establish great ones among the small. Come forward to childhood. Judgment, forgiveness. I am the one who cries out and I listen. I am knowledge of my name. It's really cool. This one gives you an understanding of the elements. It is full of symbology, and I really like this art style. The illustrator is the creator of the Moon Oracle as well. So cool. Very primitive and elemental art style. I recommend this deck. I have not used it a whole lot, but I have not worked with it seriously because I want to read the guidebook. It really deserves proper study. Next one is Golden Dawn Magical Tarot. This one was created by Chikero and Sandra Tabata Chikero, published by Llewellyn. This stunning deck masterfully blends traditional tarot imagery with descriptions from the Golden Dawn initiation ceremonies. This is the first tarot deck to incorporate the symbolism necessary for use in rituals. Written and created by internationally known adepts Chikero and Sandra Tabata Chikero, this is ideal for the beginning students but equally appealing to expert tarot readers. The accompanying book provides an introduction to Kabbalistic, zodiacal, and alchemical symbolism, creating a powerful tool for divination and spiritual growth. So this is for the ceremonies, for the magical ceremonies of Golden Dawn, and I have heavily modified this deck. As you see in the picture, I have trimmed and I have kept the sharp corners. I've removed the wide white borders. I think this look suits the energy of this deck a lot better. And this is about ceremonial magic. This deck has 2 temperance cards because you need 2 temperance cards for that ceremony that is held at the Hermetic Order of Golden Dawn magical ceremonies. Anyways, it's a whole story. You need to read the guidebook. The guidebook is interesting. Here. Here's the guidebook. I really need a lot of time. I have so many guidebooks that need to be read and appreciated. The last one. The last one is Weaver's Oracle by Carolyn Hiller. The Weaver's Oracle was created from Carolyn Hiller's paintings. And it took her 30 years to finish these paintings. All of the paintings are life-size. So these are real witches and shamans from all over the world. And in each depiction, in each image, you see them holding their tools, as you see, and pouches, and also they're holding some of their tools and stuff hidden under their garments. Each card has a story in the guidebook. This is an indie deck. These are the bags. I've edged them myself. It has such a beautiful energy and amazing tactile experience as well. The cards are soft and buttery and matte and large. These are real witches and shamans from all over the world. And the stories are really, really something else. So guys, this was my Witchy decks installment. After this one, I will have spooky decks video and then my dark decks video. And before this video, I had cozy fall decks. So these 4 videos will be my fall series. Let me show you the guidebook for this one as well. Here is the guidebook with all the stories. You get 2 full pages per card. So guys, this was it. I hope you enjoyed. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, maybe you want to consider it. I would really appreciate that a lot. And I hope to see you in the next one.